Good evening. I wanted to make a quick video about the gold to silver ratio, which is something that anyone interested in precious metals should know about. If you're looking to start investing in precious metals, or even if you already know something about it, this video will be enlightening. Otherwise, you'll already know about it, but I figured I would mention it here. Um, Gold and silver are still pretty exciting right now, on the up move. But here I have a website that shows the gold to silver ratio historically on the left here. And it only goes back so far, 98. But you can see here that historically the average is more around 60, 70. I think it's mentioned in Roman times the price ratio was set at 12 to 1. In 1792 the ratio was fixed by law at 15 to 1. And so you can see now that it takes 86 ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold, which is a lot of ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold historically. So an argument can be made that if you are a fan of gold, even if you're a fan of gold, even if you prefer that over silver for whatever reason, it could be argued that the smarter play right now is silver, historically speaking. Um, because there will be a time in the future, if the ratio goes back down around here, where you could sell your silver and buy more gold than what you would have been able to buy if you just bought the gold now. Um, so this is worth noting, especially with where we are historically. Um, it could be argued that it's a really bad time to buy gold just because silver's so cheap. Silver's the most undervalued asset on the planet, by far. Um, the only problem is that if you have a substantial amount of wealth, it's just too heavy. If in a SHTF situation, um, in a situation where you might actually need to use your precious metals, um, it could be argued that silver or gold are better. If you have to retreat quickly, then you would want gold because you can it's such a condensed amount of wealth in a finite area. Um, but most people can't afford gold. And that's why they say, gold is the money of kings and silver is the money of gentlemen. It's kind of a saying. Most people historically have not been able to even see gold, much less touch it. It's kind of historically it's been for rich people, but our standards of living have risen so much the last few centuries that now it's reached now it's into the hands of some common men, but very few people anymore know about it. Um, so over the past 20 years, the ratio has averaged right around 60 to 1. Thus, the current ratio of 85 is very high historically, and nearly 60% above the 20-year average, signaling that silver is extremely undervalued. So, here's some numbers for you. 2007, gold silver ratio averaged 51. 1991, the ratio peaked at 100. So I would say that the downside risk to owning silver is substantially less right now than the downside of owning gold, considering the potential upsides. Um, and when you consider the way back in time, ratio of 15, ratio of 12, can you imagine if it went back to that, what silver would be? What silver would be? I mean, silver would be around $140, $130 right now if that ratio was constant without gold changing at all. And of course, we all know gold is going up. Let's see here. What else have I forgotten? Yeah, this site just pretty much talks about what I talked about, how you could buy silver now, trade it for gold later. Yeah, check this site out at goldprice.org. You can see it even spiked down recently, but yeah, silver's a better deal than gold. And for the most part, silver is more obtainable for the average man still, so thought that was worth making a video on. I'm sure there's much more to add to this, in which case I'll update the video later, but I wanted all you viewers to at the very least know this about the gold-silver ratio for now. Alright, till next time.